The help that we get on the field against teammates is so important. I see one of my buddies out here right now, a guy named Winston Hill. And I want to tell you about Winston Hill. He is an all-pro. Winston, yes, that's right. I clap for Winston.
A versatile athlete, Winston Hill was a Texas State high school tennis champion. At Texas Southern, he played football on both the offensive and defensive lines. In 1963, Hill signed as a free agent with the New York Jets of the AFL, where he became a fixture on the offensive line for 14 seasons. Hill was durable and dependable, starting a franchise record 174 straight games.
Winston Hill was my favorite. You know, obviously one of the all-time AFL offensive linemen, Pro Bowl guy for a number of years, I think 8 times.
In 1971, Hill showed his versatility, switching from left tackle to the right side, where he still made the Pro Bowl.
To Winston Hill, a special tribute for being recognized as the best by his peers, even at a new position.
Hill's exceptional pass protection led to pro football's first 4,000-yard passer, Joe Namath, in 1967.
Namath has long played with 2 fragile knees, a tribute to his undying courage, while also a tribute to his protection.
A few seasons where my pass protection was 98, 99. I didn't get beat all at all.
In Super Bowl III, Hill helped his quarterback make good on a guarantee as he anchored the underdog Jets' ground attack.
Winston Hill blocked everybody in front of him. He was blocking guys all over the place, opening up big, gaping holes in their line.
It was the ability of the Jets' offensive line, known mainly for its pass blocking, to help establish a strong ground game, a ground attack that was both deep and versatile.
Baltimore was surprised at how well Winston Hill, Randy Rasmussen, those guys on that left side especially, blocked.
He has killed Baltimore so far. That's Snell. He's in there. Snell scores.
Our lines won the battle up front.
The game is over. The New York Jets are the world champions.
I enjoyed every game that I suited up. It's not so much successes, it's the experience. The greatest experience a person can have is the next one.
Winston Hill was an 8-time Pro Bowl selection, and that included 7 straight. Talk about durable in the trenches. He went a dozen years without missing a game at one point. He's a Super Bowl champion, and he won over his quarterback from the word go.
Winston was blessed with wonderful parents and wonderful family. And Winston treated everybody like that. Winston was the top-notch teammate anyone could want to have. Someone said it the best, I think, that Winston always made you feel like you were his best friend. No matter where you were on the team, on the sidewalk, out and about, he was a righteous man, but boy, he was a competitor. And he'd have that smile on his face, man, on the football field. I might get knocked down or something, he'd be helping me up, and he'd be looking like, oh, me, you know. He was terrific. I love him.
Please welcome Winston's daughters, Heather Hill and Hovland May. Please reveal your father's bust.
So Heather and Hovland, I guess the green is not coincidental, right? The green's not coincidental.
Absolutely.
So I want to ask you this, and Heather, I'll start with you. You heard all the talk about Super Bowl III and his role in that. What did he tell you and other people about his role in helping the Jets win that championship?
Oh, gosh. You know, our dad, he was amazing. He loved to share stories about his experiences, but our dad was keenly aware that when you have a great event, and Super Bowl III was a great event, it changed football, coupled with a platform, it can change lives. So our dad used every platform. He used his platform, every accolade, every honor he received, every accomplishment, as a way to inspire people and to elevate people. And, you know, whether it was this ring, the Super Bowl ring, I think more people in the world have worn this ring than probably any other Super Bowl ring, because he would wear it and people would see it and he would say, hey, hold out your hand, put this on. And he had huge hands, so that was usually kind of funny. But then he would say, this ring is a symbol of hard work and perseverance and never giving up. And then he'd ask them what they liked to do and what inspired them. And then he would talk about how they could be champions in their own life. And they may not wear a ring quite like this, but they can still be a champion. And that was who he was. It was his spirit. So.
That's fantastic. And how, on that note, your dad's going into Canton twice this year, because later this summer he's going to be inducted into the Black College Football Hall of Fame, whose museum is here at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. How proud is he? I mean, we just heard about how he liked to inspire and help people achieve. How proud was he of Texas Southern and how HBCU helped influence his life and his playing career?
This is incredible. I mean, it's a gift to have a double honor like this. It just exemplifies for us, it's a reinforcement of his character, his kindness, his integrity, and his perseverance, and these different traits that are necessary for athletes, whether they be in school or on the gridiron. And so we are just so thrilled. Additionally, it gives us an opportunity to pay it forward, like our dad would want us to, with a platform of being able to implement the endowment at Texas Southern University in his honor, and enabling juniors and seniors to finish like a pro, one of his most used mottos, and we had to live by that too, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Yes, so we're going to be able to do that with juniors and seniors, helping them finish like a pro, and I think it's highly reinforced by the fact that he is in the National Hall of Fame, and now with the Black College Hall of Fame. It's just a wonderful opportunity. We are so proud.
So proud.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that about your dad. And now we're going to send it over to Commissioner Goodell, David Baker.
Come on over. Come on over. Come on over.
Heather and Hovland, welcome to the Hall of Fame family.
Thank you.
We love you. We love all the Hills. And we're going to love your dad for 40,000 years as a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame and the Black College Football Hall of Fame. And we're going to guard his legacy to all the people he touched and impacted forever. And it's our pleasure to present to you his commemorative crest that would have gone on his. Congratulations, Heather. Congratulations. Love you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.